Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman, member of the House Financial Services Committee, Scott Fitzgerald. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. What do you think is possible in terms of agreement in these debt negotiations?
Well, unfortunately, I think what you're seeing, Maria, is that the White House keeps talking about a broad framework, but that's not a bill, and you need to gather votes for a bill. And then you've got Senator Schumer at this point saying, listen, maybe we'll work with Democrats to come up with something at some point. So it's quickly becoming kind of a game of chicken, and that's concerning because we're standing here on May 18th, and we've got to get something done here in 2 weeks. Yeah,
well, that's ridiculous. Obviously, Schumer doesn't want the Republicans to have a win. Why not just get together and do what's right for the nation? We're about to run out of money June 1st, according to the Treasury Secretary.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that's kind of floating around out there is, you know, they've got this petition that they started to sign yesterday.
Right.
Again, it's just rhetoric and kind of marginalizing the whole issue at this point when we're up against a hard deadline.
Well, more political games on the heels of corruption in plain sight, and I'm talking about Adam Schiff. Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna has filed a resolution to expel the California Congressman Adam Schiff from Congress. She said his claims over the Trump-Russia collusion cost American taxpayers millions of dollars. It certainly divided our country incredibly. Back in July of 2020, I pressed former Obama senior advisor Valerie Jarrett about how this entire investigation began in the first place. And when I spoke with Valerie Jarrett, this was the first comment we actually got from the Obama administration on this whole made-up story of Trump collusion. Watch this. Do you believe if Jim Comey knew that the dossier was fake and garbage and he kept going, re-upping warrants to spy on the Trump campaign, that he should go to jail?
I don't understand why our focus isn't on what's happening right now and today. That's the investigation I'd like to see going on.
Well, what's happening right now is we are learning. Valerie, what's happening right now is we are learning the details of what took place, and we are getting official confirmation that the FBI knew that the dossier was garbage. Did you want General Flynn to be unmasked as well?
Maria, no, I was not involved in any of those conversations. Aren't you worried about how we're going to have a safe and fair election?
Yes, that's why I'm asking you this question. That's what, Valerie, that's exactly why I'm asking you these questions, because I am a patriot and do not want to see people in positions of power put their finger on the scale and make up a story that there's collusion with a foreign power when there's absolutely no evidence of that. Congressman, we tried to search for the truth. We told the truth around this whole Russia collusion story. Unfortunately, the show and myself was attacked for it. Your thoughts, now that we know for sure from all of these reports, capped by the Durham report this week, that there was no collusion and it was a made-up story by the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Maria, if you read the Durham report like we did and many of the members of the Judiciary Committee were able to this week, it confirmed not only what you were digging into for the last 2 years, but also confirmed Adam Schiff's role in misleading the American people. And, you know, Representative Luna, I think, is onto something. Certainly leadership is taking a look at it, as well as some of the members of the Ethics Committee, as to whether or not Congressman Schiff should be further examined on that front. And was there anybody else behind the comments that he was making literally from the dais? So it's a lot more serious, I think, when it comes to Congressman Schiff than anyone even imagined 2 years ago.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we've got this. I want to get your take, being on the House Financial Services Committee, why the committee is tolerating all of these Chinese companies listed on our exchanges to get funding from potentially, unknowing investors, the capital markets portfolios of American people to the tunes of hundreds of billions of dollars. What are your thoughts on the auditing, the fact that Joe Biden signed a memorandum of understanding back in 2013 to allow all these Chinese companies to trade on U.S. exchanges and not follow any auditing rules?
Yeah, well, I think Chairman McHenry and other members of some of the subcommittees are just starting to get kind of all the details on what exactly is there.
Yeah.
And I would expect that the full Financial Services Committee will dig into this, take a longer look. And the other thing would be, I think that, you know, what you're starting to see is that the Biden family has been compromised. We know that for some time, but these direct links or them looking the other way when it comes to Chinese nationals, this is all kind of being confirmed right now, and it's troubling, and it's something for the committee, not only Financial Services, but anyone that would have jurisdiction should dig into right now.
Also troubling is this wide open border. Fox's Bill Maloogian reporting that 16 people on the FBI's terrorist watch list were arrested while trying to cross the border last month. A Texas Department of Public Safety officer encountered a group of 30 Chinese nationals walking along the road in the Rio Grande Valley, Congressman. This wide open border, we don't even know half the people who are coming in and what their intentions are.
No, and if you've been to the border, which I know you have been many times, I mean, if you talk to the border agents, I mean, that's the reason we need physical security at the border. We need a fence. We need the wall to be built so we know who's coming and going, so we can better monitor that and law enforcement can do their job. So it's just one more reason why I'm still in favor of maybe holding back an appropriation until we get some type of compromise when it comes to the physical security at the border.
Yeah. Are you willing to change or support a change in the trade relationship between the U.S. and China? We've got a major deficit there, and they're still most favored nation status.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you go back and listen to what President Trump was talking about in relationship to China, one of the things he talked about was that imbalance, and I think there's a lot of members that would go in that direction.
All right, we'll leave it there. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much.